everything I've ever said, I stand by it. That's what I meant. I had no interest in being in his cabinet. He knew that. But to go a little further, his best friend, Steve Witkoff, came to our house in South Carolina, spoke to me and my husband, and basically wanted a truce between me and Donald Trump. And I told him at the time there was no truce needed, that Trump had my support. There was no issues on my end. And at that point, he was like, "What do you want? Tell me what you want. Is there anything you want?" And I said, "There's nothing I want." And there wasn't anything I wanted. And then several weeks back, I talked to Howard Lutnick, his transition director, and he asked, if I knew of people that would be good in the cabinet, if there was any insight. And what I said is, I think it's really important that Trump surround himself with people that are going to tell him the truth. And I, mentioned someone that I thought would be good for Commerce Secretary, and mentioned that I thought the UN ambassador should be a cabinet pick. But I did not ask anything for me, and I have made it clear to everyone that I was not interested in the administration. So my husband and son were upset and said, "Why didn't you say that in the tweet instead of just wishing him well?" And the truth is, I know the game he was playing. I don't need to play that game. But more importantly, we have to look at the bigger picture. It is time to move on. It is time for us to focus on what America needs to do to be strong again, what America needs to do to be safe. The American people have spoken, and spoken very loudly. And at this point, we should pray that President Trump does well. We should pray that everyone that he appoints does well. We should hope, for the sake of our kids and generations to follow us, that all of this goes forward. So, do I take it personally? No, that's who he is. He can be shallow at times, and I think he showed that, but I don't have to be shallow. And at the end of the day, I'm very comfortable with where I am, and I'm comfortable with what happened. And I would advise our Republicans to understand this is not about a gotcha or, celebrating too much. This is about, let's get to work. We've got a border that needs to be closed. We've got a debt that's out of control. We have a lot of regulations that have been holding back businesses. We've got multiple fires around the world. Now is the time for us to look at strength and peace. I am committed to that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to support the policies. And as we go forward with this radio show, I'm going to continue to talk about the policies. I'm not going to talk about the personality or necessarily anything related to how Donald Trump acts. What I am going to do is talk about the policies. When he does something well, we're going to praise him. When he doesn't do something well, we're going to hit him on it. But we're always going to tell you the truth. And I think that's what the American people have always asked us for. That's what I have always given. And that's what I think we'll do going forward.